Oh, this is Rippletide. They teleported me back. They were like, go home. Shoot. Oh. Dang it, game. Don't make me feel things. Tress's father and owner of Coliseon, I've already forgotten how they said it, family provisioners. He met his wife while roaming the realm as a traveling merchant. He longed to have his own shop in his hometown of Rippletide, and in the same year his dear daughter was born, he made that dream come true. This game's gonna ruin me. Tress's mother. She was working at the general store in her hometown when she met Olneo, and eventually decided to go to Rippletide to be his bride. A youthful beauty who can still turn heads, she sometimes gets mistaken for Olneo's daughter.
Hey there.
Is it okay if I buy from my parents, or do I don't think I'd feel good stealing from them. I can afford these at the moment. Done my proud, my girl. He said things. I should listen to what they say when I buy things from them. That gleam in your eye reminds me so much of your father. Imagine running around scrutinizing her parents while she's right there. Tell us about your parents! No. Oh, travel banter. Oh, three! A business proposal. Heh, not bad, eh? This is Highlands chicken, right? It's been grilled to perfection. And the squid is the best to be found in Fisher's Bay. Can't you just taste the ocean? Shucks, Tress, you might want to think about slowing down there. Indeed, the girl is so slight. Why doth she put in it all? Speaking of grub, I suppose you mostly just eat what you hunt, right? Such is the life of a hunter. When thou needst medicine, thou makest thine own, yes? Well, of course, I'm an apothecary after all. But I can't always find the ingredients I need. She's choking on the chicken. Alphen, save her. Till I've hooked up with you, that is. You've fetched me darn near everything I've asked for. I am a proud hunter. It pleaseth me not to failin. I've got it. Well, you can't even start there, suddenly shouting out like that. Thou hast got it? What hast thou got, pray tell? 3 of us should go into business together. Huh? What dost thou meanin'? You can hunt for ingredients, Alphen makes them into medicine, and then I can take charge of selling the product. We'd make a perfect team. Venture that would making the most of our individual talents. Thou makest an intriguing proposal. I know, right? We could really rake it in, so let's do it. What better time than the present, eh? I declare us open for business. Can I think about this a bit? And I as well. What's there to think about? Come on, you've got to grab the bull by its horns. Thing is, I'm not wanting for money. I, too, possess all that I need. Never thought making money could be such a deal breaker. Okay. Oh man, Tress is dying. I can't just leave her like this. We gotta go to an inn first. Okay. Alright, I said Ulbrich was next, right? Yours is so lighthearted. I know. Got Noah being like, oh, and the stories that you, or like, your travels were great, and I loved hearing about them, and I didn't want them to end. I'm like, yeah, it's, I think I'm primrose tonight. Yeah, you know, the one who is betrayed by the guy she loves. Just, you know, lighthearted. It's great. Alright, Ulbrich, here we go. Oh boy.
Good day.
Usually charge a toll, but I'll waive it just this once.
Come on.
Go on before I change my mind, but don't tell anyone. Soldier who follows his lord's orders without question. Every day he stands at attention for the full duration of his watch in the hope that he will be evaluated more highly than the guard who stands beside him. Hey, I gotta get used to reading again, apparently. Soldier who follows his lord's orders without question. Every day he stands at attention for the full duration of which watch in the hope that he will be evaluated more highly than the guard who stands beside him. You know, I've met someone just like you not long ago. This is Riverford. I'd say welcome, but if you've no business here, you're not. Hang on. I don't know if I have to go to the bar, because I've been in this town with Ulbrich in my party, so I don't think it'll re-prompt. There, just back up safe as well. Okay. Like, it's like super peaceful, and then you get to town, and it's like, eh. Well, this looks friendly. Definitely not witch-burny, you know. Nothing wrong here.
Hello.
Head east down this road to get to the residential district. I suggest you move along, and quickly. This place looks sad. It sounds sad. Probably is sad. Blessed with an unbending will, this soldier has survived the most trying of times. From when the river flooded, to when fire ravaged the town, to when the Lord was overthrown. In the face of these hardships, he remembered the words of his dead mother. So long as the spirit endures, all else can be rebuilt. Not wrong. Cannot challenge that man to a fight. He is fightless. Do I know you? Oh, Cervantes. I'll be with you, my friend. The chosen knight has returned home. Why wander the earth, indeed, when so many souls need my services here in this town?
Thank you.
His lordship has returned home, safe and sound. I am most relieved. I believe he has had his fill of adventuring from the nonst. Heavens be praised. I take it you haven't been to any of the Chapter 4 cities until doing it. Yeah, I went here to unlock them, but I didn't talk to anybody. So I, like, saw it, but, like, just basically beeline towards the inn, and then backed back out. A woman in the employ of Sir Cervantes. She has served his family since he was no more than a child, and cannot help but think of him as a younger brother. His boundless recklessness is a constant source of worry. Yeah, it's all new. Yeah, like, don't know what to expect for this. Yeah, I should probably just start the story. Okay, that one's the bar. For some reason, I did not think it was the bar. Don't go telling me you're gonna revolt against the Lord. Soldier who carries out the commands of his lord without enthusiasm. He does the bare minimum to ensure that he is not judged to be a derelict of his duties, at least no more than the guard who stands beside him. Thief and tips and tricks. Nice. Soldier who carries out the commands of his lord without enthusiasm. Yeah, okay, same as the other guy. Writers were just like, nope. Oh, less of that, unless you want to face the stake. Well, met traveler, what can I do for you? Well, want to hear this just charming, heartwarming tale. Wow, that game was like, floop. The story so far. In Wellspring, Ulbrich reunited with Earhart. It was there that his erstwhile comrade had sought atonement for his deeds. The two crossed blades, and with that act, the truth was told. Earhart told Ulbrich about Werner, a former sellsword, and the very man who had orchestrated the fall of Hornburg. Such a fiend is too dangerous for this world. I will stop him. I must. Gone are the doubts that plagued Ulbrich's heart. To protect the people from harm, this is what he wields his blade. This is why he wields his blade. As he came to Riverford, the very air was thick with unease and fear. And really melancholic music. Or you, if you want in the town, get in the queue and wait your turn with the rest. I was. Queue? Beg your pardon. Gentleman, I presume, unless I misjudge your polished bearing. Tell me, sir, what brings you to this town?
The truth is...
I'm looking for a man.
Is that so?
Indeed. I take it this is your first visit, so let me give you some free advice. You'll be wanting to press a few leaves into the palms of the guards. There's a toll? Not a toll as such. You see, the Lord here...
What?
What's that you say about a toll? I nary heard naught of that afore.
Hoy.
Shut your gob. What's this tincture in your sack? Smuggler, are you?
What?
What? That ain't mine. I swear on me mother's grave. Swearing me mum?
Yeah.
Of course it ain't. I suggest you confess your crimes here and now, unless you'd rather tell it to the master-at-arms. that, good sir, is why you'll want some spare coin at the ready. But the law... Those men are the law here. Their rule is absolute, I'm sorry to say. No doubt that potion was the guard's own. Defy them at your peril. A pretext to toss you in their jail is at the ready.
What?
Does no one bring them to task for their deeds?
Afraid not.
Not I can tell you that. I do exactly as they tell me, as should you. Punishment is swift and harsh here, both for those who have broken the law and those who have not. Handful of leave, sir, is my advice. The more you can spare, the better. I only pray that poor traveler has the wits and means to give the soldiers what they seek, else...
Swoons.
What of the lord of this place? He does nothing to stop this mummery? He encourages it. You see, ever since the Lord Werner took over here. I stop prattling and start moving. Prattling. Yes, sir. 1,000 pardons. My turn. Perhaps we'll need to get inside. Aye. Werner is the Lord? By the gods, what happened here? Next. Did you just say neck? Oh, the scruffy vagabond. Let's see what rubbish you're totting in that bag.
Whoa.
Will this do?
Whoa.
Quick on the uptake, this one. Keep that up and you'll do all right in this town, mate.
Very well.
Might I ask a question, good sir, about this man Werner?
Huh?
That's Lord Werner to the likes of ye. Business could ye be having with his lordship?
No.
No business, friend. Just wondering what kind of man Lord Werner is. He's bleeding wonderful, you hear? Best thing whatever happened to this town. Now piss off, we got work to do.
I see.
By your leave. There was fear in those eyes. A sellsword captain turned provincial lord, this Werner has certainly moved up in the world. Travel matter. Blah, 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 blah.
Good heavens.
Of course it's Cyrus. The town is in turmoil, which is exactly what I'd expect after seeing the behavior of those charged with policing it. Still, it will be no small task getting at Werner. A difficult foe, to be sure. If there was ever a time when I was in need of a scholar's wisdom, it is now. And it's most fortunate I am here now. I do have some thoughts, as it happens. As oppressive regime such as this is bound to foster discontent and dissatisfaction, I suggest seeking out the victims. Find those who are most downtrodden, who are suffering the greatest. They will tell you what you need to know. I see. I shall do as you counsel. You will? I trust your knowledge and insight, else I would not have asked. Well then, it's an honor to be of service. It's not every day you hear of a mercenary leader becoming a provincial lord. Indeed. He must have been very fortunate, or exceedingly clever. Don't be naive, Ulbrich. In this world, corruption and dirty dealings are the only way a man can rise that fast. Rise, even. Mark my words, his path to fortune is littered with the bodies of men with knives in their backs. I don't just mean figuratively, either. Yours is a most cynical outlook. Trust me, I speak from experience. I know this type when I see it. You do well to know what you're getting into if you're picking a fight with him. Fear not. When the swords are drawn, a corrupt man is cut down as easily as any other. Then we've got nothing to worry about. You're new. Nobody bloomin' told me about no toll. I barely escaped a roasting at the stake. Okay. What is this? Never seen a pyre before? It's for his lordship's burning. Once a month, some poor saps get tied to them stakes and burned alive for their sins.
Indeed.
For this month, for last month, and for the month before that, too. The law of the land it is. Used to be outlaws and rogues what got burned. But it weren't long before it was drunks and beggars up there for their slightest crimes. Shouldn't say this out loud, but nowadays all it takes is a cavil at his lordship's rule. And that's the pall that oppresses this place. No one knows who will finger you for what, so we creep about like mice, doing our best not to be noticed. Try to scarp her too, and poof, just looking guilty or something that'll seal the deal. So, traveler, now you know the kind of place you fetched up into. Just finish your business and be on your way as soon as you can. If you'll be excusing me. Happy place. It's an evil thing, burning folk at the stake. This damned Werner thinks of people's lives as nothing more than firewood. Tell me this, Alphen. You value human life over firewood? What kind of crazy question is that? I've taken the lives of more men than I care to remember. Each time I told myself that it mattered not, that it was insignificant. The stuff we're made of, our flesh and blood, is fragile stuff. It turns to dust soon enough. Not to get too poetical, but I've always thought that the fire, the life in our bodies gets cold too soon. So I give folk medicine, I try my darndest to keep that fire alive. So do I value human life? Damned right I do, and so should you. Of course, sometimes in my line of work, a man can grow confused. Forget what's important. That's why I asked you to remind me. Most grateful that you are here, Alphen. Anytime you find yourself forgetting what matters, you just talk to Alphen, okay? Sounds about right. This merchant visits Riverford on a regular basis. In the past, the town's economy was booming, and he frequently ran into many of his business associates here. However, ever since the change in local leadership, those encounters have become fewer and farther in between. Our merchants asked to factor in the toll when coming to trade here. Ever since that new lord came along, this town's changed for the worse. Lord's mansion's not far from here. Doesn't get many visitors. This old man originally served as a butler in the lord's manor, but lost his position when the lord was overthrown. He then resigned himself to a quiet life in town and withdrew into hiding after his former colleague, the gardener, was put to death by the new lord. Oh. Probably can't go here. Man's Gardens. Yeah, that's not a... Can't go there yet. You'll find a square to the west with various traders around. The very sight of that stake sends a shiver down my spine. A self-appointed leader of the downtrodden in Riverford, she looks after the poor, the persecuted, and those whose various misfortunes have laid them low. For her kindness and wisdom she is widely respected, and even the soldiers will acquiesce to her demands. I received word of a dissenter. I'm here to investigate. Ruthless soldier willing to do whatever it takes to seize riches and glory. He did not hesitate to betray his former lord the moment the man's grip on power weakened. And he has also accumulated a wealth of knowledge on his fellow guards and manor servants that he might pressure them into doing his bidding. How strong are you? I could kick your butt.
Let us fight with
I'm
honor.
going to do so.
No.
Nice.
The thrill of the fight.
Fine fight that was. My thanks. Give me that. Ma'am. Meryl. I'm so sorry. Meryl? Meryl's that one
Sorry
kid.
about that.
She's ever so poorly, been lying in there in a fever for days now. Best leave her be and let her rest. A kind-hearted and friendly resident of Riverford who wishes to help whenever she can. She worries for the woman next door and goes to visit her every day. A man who lives with his sister, who he is exceedingly protective of to the point of obsession and concern for their mutual friends. Recently, however, the girl has been begun to sneak out at night without his knowledge, and has been overheard muttering odd words, leading others to wonder what has become of her. Oh, if I speak to him. Get away, you'll never burn my sister at the stake. He says.
Oh,
We meet again. Hey, the letter from my mother was carried by the river to my village.
Oh.
I'm traveling along the river in search of a woman who claims to be my mother, but I have little inkling where she might be. I know exactly where she might be. Do I dare allure you toward her? I don't think the guy following Primrose at the moment is very strong, so it's not a huge loss if I get rid of him. If I cut ties and tell him to go home. Hello, person between the alleyway? Meryl. Meryl! Mother, is that you? Come closer. Meryl, 'tis you. You were a mere babe last I saw you. I never forget those beautiful eyes. Mother. So sorry, my sweet baby. I heard about the war and what happened to our family. The war, what a dreadful thing that was. It destroyed us. Victors did not forgive us. They swore to kill us all. Took you to a distant village so that you might be spared. I fled too and hid from the men who followed me. I wanted to see you again, but what right had I? I never forgot you, my love. I would look at the river, wondering if you were happy. Mother, I have been happy. My parents are good people. I'm blessed with many kind friends. Meryl, what joy it brings to hear you say that. Please, promise me, be happy always. I will, Mother, I will. Mother? You have been most kind to me. Thanks to you and the gods, I was able to see my mother one more time before she died. Now I'm going home to my village. I promised my mother I would be happy, and that is what I shall be. And I'm like, ugh, but at least she made it there in time to meet her. Ugh. Yeah, better resistance now.
that's right.
She's a kindly woman. Every Sunday she'd bake us a pie. There was sorrow in her, too. She'd gaze at that river for hours. She'd bake us a pie. Nothing wrong about a person who bakes a pie. You. Met you in the square. What are... Listen, mate. You never seen me, alright? Is he there?
Let none escape.
Can't have gone far. Sniff him out.
Oi!
You. Seen anyone dodgy looking coming this way? Running for dear life? Like as not. Dodgy. A rebel. A man plotting dark schemes against his lordship himself.
Indeed.
Sounds like a dangerous man. I did see one suspicious fellow running hard in that direction.
That's right.
That must be him. Come on, we'll corner the rat yet.
Are you hurt?
They're gone. You can breathe easy. You can breathe easy now. God's bless you, mate.
Well,
Tell me, why were they after you? Couldn't rightly say. Hey, Reezy.
I see.
Say you were a rebel. That you were plotting against the Lord. Mm-hmm. An organized resistance could help me get closer to Werner. Listen, I came to this place in search of this Werner. Are there others who fight for your cause? If you have a leader, pray take me to him. God's teeth, are you daft? I can't be introducing strangers what I barely know. Then let me tell you more about me. I know how to swing a blade, for one. Reckon as much. You've got that air about you. But dang me, this ain't something I can go deciding on me own. Alright, how's this? Prove you know how to use that blade of yours. There's a man back in the square what wears a red hat. He's with us, the strongest we got. If you can beat him, and I'll introduce you to the boss, alright?
As you wish.
If that's what it takes. But you promise me something, alright? You lose, you make yourself scarce, and never come back here again.
I see.
You have my word. I'll go on ahead and warn him. You find me when you get ready. When you're ready. Bleh. Challenge the man in the red hat. Oh no, I thought it was well hidden. Beg you, don't tell the Lord. I'm gonna tell him, and then he'll be told. Yep. Traveling merchant with a nose for silver and rest. He can be found peddling wares to both sides of any given conflict. Though he knows full well that he is profiting from man's worst impulses, he has no intention of changing his ways. Hidden item. I don't have anything I can... like, I don't have a buyer or a thief. Hidden item. Pomegranate. Always happy to take one of those. Alright, man in a red hat. Man in a red hat. I wonder where the man in the red hat could be. He's the one? He is. Want to see if you can use that sword of his. PayPal is emailing me.
Ready when you are.
Very well. I'm ready when you are. Okay, but I gotta talk to this guy. Told you before, didn't I? Don't prove yourself. No meeting with our leader.
Where have you been?
Reggie mentioned you. You want to meet the leader, right? Is Reggie the leader? I should be fine. I'm 5 levels over what I need to be, so let's hope.
Have at you. I shall bleed.
Get gone!
With each battle, I grow stronger.
That's some pretty good experience points. I yield. There's no doubt in this one's strength.
Indeed.
Did my part, now it's your turn. Would meet with your leader at once. Deal's a deal. My name's Reggie, by the way. Come on, I'll take you to the den.